Well, right now it's quiet. It really doesn't even feel like severe weather outside with the low humidity that's in place, but severe weather will become an increasing possibility over the next 12 to 24 hours. Now, right now we are tracking a few severe storms in central Oklahoma, actually one where there is a tornado watch in effect, and that storm right there is severe Warren moving northeast. I think what we're going to find is the storms which are currently developing within an axis of higher instability near the dry line, as those storms outpace that instability and move into eastern Kansas later this evening, they're probably going to become more elevated in nature. Now, they still could produce severe weather, but I think at that stage we're looking at a hail risk with those storms, and I think that there will be a risk for a few of these storms, and they should remain rather isolated, to spill into western Missouri closer to midnight tonight. So that's the first sneaky way that there could be severe weather in the area. The more broad way that we could see severe weather is closer to sunrise as storms develop along a cold front and also within a developing or strengthening low-level jet. All of that will likely lead to some lines of thunderstorms which will push into western Missouri and northwest Arkansas closer to sunrise. With that activity, I think wind is going to be the main mode of severe weather, but there will be at least a limited risk of a tornado along with the risk of maybe some hail. Now, later in the day on Wednesday, I think the risk for severe weather flares back up again. At this stage, it'll be closer to noon and then through the afternoon, especially near and east of Highway 65 and near and south of I-44. All modes will be possible, but it looks like what we found back on this past Sunday will probably be true again tomorrow afternoon, that most of those storms will tend to be hail producers. But we could see some large hail out of a few of those storms. The bigger severe weather risk will actually hold off until closer to evening to our east, where there's currently a moderate risk of severe weather for Kentucky southwest back into eastern Arkansas. Our hour-by-hour forecast, again, 10 o'clock tonight, watching some storms, a few at least, approaching from the west. Notice how they fall apart as they move across I-49, but additional thunderstorms pressing in towards sunrise. Again, that wave will probably wind down to some extent with additional storms flaring up near noon tomorrow, here closer to Highway 65 and I-44, and then that activity scattered will continue to push east through our eastern counties as we work through the afternoon and into the evening. I think the risk for severe weather will wind down pretty quickly as we're approaching sunset or shortly thereafter. Temperatures tonight dropping only into the low 60s, about 61 for a low in Springfield, with winds remaining gusty, and they'll be gusty again tomorrow. Highs in the 70s with wind gusts in the 35 to 45 mile per hour range, and can't rule out a gust to 50 miles per hour. Those gusts will wind down as we head into tomorrow evening. And then the next wave of active weather comes in. It looks like we're going to see a trough in the west, and it's going to be spitting out these waves of upper level energy that will interact with a frontal boundary. And it looks like there will be a risk of severe storms across the south and maybe extending across northern Arkansas into south central and southeast Missouri. And the bigger risk is going to be flooding. Flood watches are already blanketing areas south of I-44. That's an area where inches and inches of rainfall could fall locally in our area, Bailey. Amounts will range from probably 1 to 4 inches north of I-44, with 4 to maybe as much as 10 inches of rainfall to the south of I-44, with the heavier totals, especially toward areas like Mountain Home and West Plains. That will clearly lead to some flooding, and we could see some episodes of flash flooding in there. And then early next week, we'll have to watch out for freezing temperatures.
Oh, great. Just as we want to put our plants in the ground.
Very busy.
It's interesting, though, that some of the fires that happen to the east of us, that's where the majority of this rain is going to be too. It's kind of a good thing.
Well, and it's like you said, that's a great point that you're making. I think it is interesting how Mother Nature tends to balance the equation. We saw this back in the fall when we had that month where it didn't rain at all, and then we had a huge rainstorm and flood event at the end of October going into early November.
Right. I spoke to the Willard fire chief today. He said it's windy, but they're not thinking about fires today with everything green.
Yes, that, and especially with the higher humidity air and the rain coming in.
All right. Thank you, Jamie.